Hello, welcome to day 8 of the 12 days of Christmas. If you've been following this series, you'll know that we've covered a number of different things. And the foundation of what I'm endeavouring to do is to help you prepare for a better 2021. So often we start with the best of intentions on the 1st of January and then find by the end of January we're done. So I've been taking you through some of the steps that I would encourage people to look at, because the changes you want to make are not external to you. It's not about going to the gym. It's not about changing your diet. Yes, you can do that. And for those of you who've started, well done. It's about making the changes on the inside. So on day 1, I'm asking you to start to celebrate you by looking at what you've done well over the last 12 months. On day 2, I was talking about what's important to you, because if you don't know what's important, the chances are anything you decide to do may not be as successful as you'd like it to be, because other things will be more important. They will come in and take over, and you'll find what's important on the first day of January is definitely not important by the end of it. I've got you to think about your skill sets, your strengths. We did the VIA character strengths, so that you can start to use those to facilitate you through the difficult times. We talked also about, thinking about what you want to do more of. This is about you, your life. Yes, you may well be in a partnership. You may well be, working with a group of people within a team, but you're only as good in that team as you are in and of yourself. So it's really important that you start to love and appreciate who you are, and you can do that by doing what you love more, less and less of what you don't. Day 5, I was trying to explain there that goals, I think, are dated. I think they're great just as a headliner, but after that, it's backed up with intentions, so that you're not beating yourself up when you don't make it, because day 6 is all the reasons why that might happen. Your partner needs some help. Your children are ill. Your workplace suddenly has a very urgent piece of work that needs to be done. Your friends have suddenly got engaged and you're going out, or there's some other big event come on. It will always happen. You've got to live your life while making the changes that you want. I get it. I have done New Year's resolutions more years than I care to mention. And yes, I have succeeded in making the changes, but only because I kept revisiting them and I kept revisiting them. What I want you to do is to be able to make the changes you want in a better way, a more constructive way. So yesterday, day 7, I talked about a plan for a plan. So my recommendation was you didn't start your New Year's resolution today, 1st of January. What you started was planning for your New Year's resolutions, ideally by the middle to end of February, when the lighter nights are coming in and we start to feel the spring is on its way, because it's the deep midwinter now in the UK, and everything else nature-wise is resting. Why am I telling you all this? Because people are important to me. And when I get somebody in front of me who needs help, they are important to me, for me to help them learn what they need to learn. One of the things I've learned about making changes, it does start within. It does start with what you believe, how you think, how you feel, the habits and behaviours that you have, the support that you have around you, and a whole gamut of other things that contribute to your success, which when we set out on a New Year's resolution, we don't always think about, do we? So if I may, I just want to tell you about my Be More You programme before I come on to day 8's topic. This programme is something I put together 2 years ago, and I ran my first session last year and I've run a couple of sessions this year. The aim is to help you and those who join to get to a space where they begin to understand how they're functioning. how they are operating, how their intention can or may not work, or the fact that as they start to look at it, actually they realize actually they want something else, and that's good. For me, that's a good thing, to realize that what you think you want isn't really what you want. Actually, what you want is something else. That is a success for me. And this Be More You program runs over 6 weeks. I am looking at running some weekend ones so that it'll be one weekend, 2 days, because obviously we're still on Zoom. Eventually, it will be good to do it in a day's workshop, but right now that's the way it's running. If that's of interest to you, I will take you through my 5-step model for making real, long-lasting changes. And at the end of it, there will be a bonus session where you can start to plan for where you're going. Does that sound good? I will put some more information out on social media over time, but please do get in touch with me. I'd like to have a chat with you, because I think it's very important that people have the opportunity to find out more through talking to me, to ask their questions rather than just read it. Although you can check out my website, kimsearle.co.uk, and look up Be More You. I think also you can just drop me an email or DM me, whichever works for you. Anyway, I think I've witted enough now. On to day 8, the plan. So yesterday you were planning for the plan, so all the things you think you need to get in place. Today you're pulling that plan together. And I'm going to reference the very amazing James Clear here today and pull upon some of the information I know. jamesclear.com is well known for habits and how to create them. Whatever it is that you're aiming to do actually starts with a very good habit. Actually, that's not true. It starts with a thought, and then you've got to buy into it on some level, and then it's the action, the habit that will underpin what it is you want to do. If it's going running, the habit is making sure that you're booking that in your calendar, and it almost becomes sacrosanct. You do not break that for anything except the most important. If you're looking at eating healthily, you'll be looking at the habits of shopping healthier, planning your meals, whatever. Habits underpin everything we do. It becomes automatic. So what happens is you're not doing this as a one-off. It will become the framework for your life. And it's okay if it's a one-off thing, because the habits that you develop will help you for the next thing you're going to do. So the first thing I want you to do is identify an existing habit that you can build your new habit on. James Clear always talks about this, and I love him for it. He's got several books, so do check him out on Google. But he talks about finding an existing habit. And the reason for that is your brain is already programmed to automatically do something. So, for example, cleaning your teeth. It may be that you're going to do something that you can build on after cleaning your teeth. Maybe preparing your food for the day, or maybe it's going to the gym. There's a habit that you're doing, that you're already doing every day, and all you do is you build the new habit, whatever that may be, on the back of an existing one. Just makes life so much easier. I haven't got to think about it. My second biggest tip, and I used to find this quite a challenge, was to book time into your calendar now. You may not be able to do it for the next couple of weeks. You've got things planned in, you haven't sorted yourself out, lots of activities. That's fine, because you're planning for a plan. Plan some time in as soon as your diary clears up and becomes free. And what you do is you make sure that that time is in, and it's down to you and how important this is to you, whether you keep that clear or not. So make sure that you book that time out in your calendar, particularly if it's during the working day. The third thing I'd want you to do is make sure that your actions are so small you cannot fail, particularly in the beginning, because you can build on it. As the habit starts to grow and develop, you can do a lot more. But right now, keep it really small so that it becomes so simple, there's no reason not to do it. Now, I know very often if you go to a class, it's an hour. So make sure you're only booking a couple of those in a week, because to give up 3 hours of your time could be a challenge. Or maybe it's not, but you know what works. Because number 4 is about you checking in. Is this working or not? Am I as committed to this or not? What do I need to change to continue to make the change? It's not hard and fast. We suddenly get caught into this is what we've got to do, and we do not change. And when we do not meet it, we stop. No, just know that life will make changes and you may have to move and change with it. All you've got to do is decide how. So review it, once a week. It doesn't have to be a big job. You're not going to be sort of, writing War and Peace, but take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, maybe when you're in the car or when you're walking or having a shower, to just see if it's still working for you. Is it working? Yes. Continue. No. What is it that needs to change? Because this is all about you. This is all about helping you making long-lasting changes. Any questions? Reach out. I'd love to have a conversation. I don't charge for the first 30 minutes anyway, or for the 30-minute call. Just get in touch. It's not a problem. So tomorrow then we'll be moving on to the next topic, and I'm just going to check what that is. It's about making sure that you've got a support network around you, because we are not islands. We do have people that we might need help from. Thank you for listening. Kim Searle, Emotional Mastery. Just making sure that you're building the right habits that are going to help you in 2021. Thank you.